Hi, this is a short video to show you how I'm going to change the battery on my BMW. This is a BMW 330xi. It's a 2005 model. And to show you the location of the battery, it's in the trunk on the right side. Once you take off the carpet and little black cover, you can see the battery there. The tools that I'm going to use are the tools that came with my car. The little toolbox is in the lid of the car, lid of the trunk. With a simple unscrew, it flips open. And out of all the tools, I'll be using three of them. This Phillips head screwdriver, a bigger spanner, number 12 and 13, and a smaller spanner, number 9 and 10. These are the only three tools I'll need today to replace my battery. And here's my new battery. I'll talk about how I chose a new battery at the end of this video. So let's start. You can see my old battery that needs replacement is still in place. I'll take my Phillips head screwdriver and start unscrewing that little screw which is up on the top of the bracket. It's a little tight as I'm unscrewing it. It will not come off completely. It'll just loosen up that plate that is pushing down on the battery and holding it in its place. Now we'll unscrew the two bolts that are holding down the bracket with the bigger spanner and number 13 side. I'll start unscrewing the first one. After I unscrew with the spanner, rest of it I'm able to just take it out with my fingers, with my hand. Now on to the second one, same thing, with a little bit initial force using the spanner. Rest of it I can unscrew easily with my hand. Let me put these two things away carefully so that they don't fall in the well somewhere and then difficult to find them. Now the plate and the bracket should just come off easily. There we go. Put that away. Now let's start disconnecting, first with the negative and then with the positive terminal as per my reading on the internet. And then there is a little hose that goes into the vent of the battery there in the back side, near the positive terminal. I need to take that off before I remove the battery completely. So let's start with the negative terminal as the forums online suggested. Now I'm using the smaller spanner, number 10 side, and I'm going to unscrew the little clamp there, little nut that's on the clamp that's clamping the cable down on the negative terminal, and rest of it I should be able to do it with my hands. Let me remove now the plastic cover on the positive terminal. Just hold it where I'm holding and it should just come off very easily. Put that away, and again with the spanner now I'm going to go for the nut that's on the back side. There are two of them. Go for the one that's in the back, which is holding down the cable on the positive terminal. So once I loosen it up, the rest of it I should be able to just unscrew it with my hand. Keep in mind they won't come off completely. They just remain loose. If I hold the connector in the right spot, it should come off very easily. No juggling should be required. Let's try to now. Positive side, giving me some trouble, but again I don't think I'm holding it in the right spot. That's why I have to do this. Let me try it actually on the terminal. I want to make sure I don't get an electric shock. It's okay. Let me see. Oh, there you go. As I said, I shouldn't have to juggle this, if I hold it in the right spot. Let me put away this cable carefully. I can't reach to the back end of the battery, so I might have to move the battery a little bit. Flip open the handles, lift the battery a little bit. Yep, now I can reach behind. And now take that hose that I was talking about earlier from the vent of the battery. It just snaps out easily. There we go. Lift the battery. Oh, I don't know if you noticed there that there's a little plastic bend black that went with the battery. I just took it out of the vent. I want to put it back into the hose now. It's an L-shaped little plastic bend, plastic part. Now let me bring in the new battery, put it in its place. And before I put it all the way back in, I want to first connect that little hose using that L-shaped plastic band into the vent of the new battery. Very easily it snaps in by using the handles. I'm going to push it to the left, to the back, and it just goes right in its place. If you bought the right replacement, it should fit very snugly. Now let me snap the handles back in. And now let's start with connecting the cables to the terminals. As I said, when disconnecting, we started with the negative and then positive. While installing it, we go in the reverse. Positive first, now the negative. And I don't know, probably you haven't seen this in the video, but the lights in the trunk came back on. Now I'm going to go ahead using the smaller spanner, again side number 10. I'm going to tighten the positive terminal first. Let me make sure no electric shocks. Nope. Now I can use my hand to tighten the clamp on it, and then let me secure it using the spanner now. And just one thing to be kept in mind: when the cables are hanging, don't let them touch each other, because you don't want to short the circuit. That's another thing I read online on the forums. Now let me do the same thing, tightening up the clamp on the cable on the negative terminal side. And before I put everything back in, let me go and see if I did it right. I'm going to start the car. You may not hear the sound of the car starting, but you'll have to take my word for it. It started really well. And I think we're in business. So I'm going to go back and now put the rest of the stuff back in. Let me start with that little red cover that goes up on the positive terminal. There are two tabs that will go into the little holes on the positive, close to the positive terminal of the battery, and it just snaps in and just sits there. So you avoid accidental contact with it. And now the bracket that's going to hold the battery down in its place. So first goes the bracket and the two bolts. And first I'm going to, just the way I removed them, first I'm going to tighten them, tighten them up with my hands and fingers as much as I can. And then I'll use the spanner to tighten them up further. I want to, make sure that I put, oh, by the way, this cable, if you're wondering, hanging back there, it must be from some accessory that I did not choose, so it's just hanging in there. I don't know what it's for, but I'm confident it has nothing to do with the battery or its replacement. You may not even see it on your car, so basically ignore it. Don't worry about it. All right, let me just tighten these things up. Now let me pick up the bigger spanner now, number 13, and I'm tightening up the rest of the bolts. I'm tightening the bolt with the spanner. Not so too much, just a reasonable force so as to keep it secure but not really strip the threads. Now I'm using the Phillips head screwdriver, screwing the screw back in, which pushes the plate down, holding the battery in its place. Now you can see I'm just making sure it's all secure. It looks good, and we're good to go. Now let me show you how I put the little black cover on top again. Lift that little carpet cover, so you will see that little black strip is what goes inside that black cover. So once you figure out how that fits in the black cover, it's pretty easy to put that back in. So first insert the cover, the plastic cover, behind the carpet, and then the little black strip that I just showed you will snap into the cover, and that's it. It's very simple. In my case, unfortunately, I lost these two screws here. Supposedly there are two black screws. I can see on the other side of the trunk they're there, but they're missing from this side. I don't know how I lost them, but I gotta probably run by the BMW shop to pick them up. But if you have them, put them back in. I don't know if they're screws or just tabs that just push in, but whatever it is, and I just put in the cover that goes on top of the spare wheel, and here comes a piece of the carpet that goes to finish the job. It's back to the way it was before I. Now regarding selection of the battery, all I did is I looked at the old battery. This is battery we just took out, 12 volts and 640 cca, the cold cranking amperage. I picked up my battery at Walmart because I wanted the cheapest one. It has a cca more than 640. You can buy your battery anywhere you want. Well, that's it. Hope this has been helpful for you. Good luck with changing your battery. Do it yourself. Thank you.